I made this black okazi soup to celebrate my brother who just came in with his wife for the first time. This is a special moment and he requested for the special soup. So let's do it together. Because he has missed home, I'm gonna use all the protein that we use for the soup. In there is cow head, cow skin, the body of stockfish, and the head of stockfish. I will then season this up with a cube seasoning and I will add pepper, stir everything together to combine, cover and allow it to cook for up to 20 minutes. This is one of my native signature dish and I make the soup all the time. If you remember the last of the soup that I made, I got 100,000 naira after my husband's friends got a taste of the soup and they never stop talking about the soup. After 20 minutes, I went back to the pot. I will introduce this dried beef. Normally, I'm supposed to use just the dry beef for the soup, but the dry beef was not enough, so I introduced cow head. I'll introduce water, introduce salt, stir properly to combine, cover this and allow everything to marry each other for about 10 minutes. Now, because I want the soup to come out really local and tasty as we used to have it, I'll be using this bat fish. This fish is packed with so much flavor and this is the kind of fish you use when you want to make the soup. You can also use more or atabala. It will also give you the best of the taste. And here I will introduce this properly washed periwinkle. You can decide to use the deshelled periwinkle. Everything works. And I will introduce a bit of crayfish to bind the taste of this protein together. I will cover again and allow it to cook for up to 10 minutes. I will then remove and set it aside. This is also the body of the stockfish. I removed it, earlier before I finally remove all the protein and set them aside. And into the same pan, I introduce palm oil. When the palm oil is a bit hot, I'll introduce our thickener for the day, which is ofo seed. After introducing the ofo, I will stir together to combine. I'm doing this to avoid the soup from getting a bit thicker and fluffy. There's a way it does when you don't use this procedure, but anyone works. After frying the ofo into the oil for up to 2 to 3 minutes, I'll introduce back the protein and then I'll stir together to combine, introduce more water to cook the soup properly. Remember the fish I showed you earlier? This is it. It does not have any bone in it. All you need to do is to remove just the head, just as I did, and then you introduce it. I will also introduce a bit of more fish, okay, to give it its own taste. I will then cover and allow this to cook. I want to use this opportunity to welcome you to 426 Kitchen. How are you doing? If you're new here and this is the first time you're seeing this channel, kindly do well to subscribe and hit all your bell notifications so you'll be notified each time we post a new video. Thank you. And in there, I introduce crayfish, that is prawns. I prefer to use prawns, and I will stir together to combine, cover and allow it to cook. You can see that the soup has thickened up and this is my preferred consistency. Here I will introduce the last batch of crayfish and then I will reintroduce the stockfish I removed earlier because I didn't want it to break apart. So I will stir properly to combine, cover this and allow it to simmer for up to 5 minutes. At this point, you'll feel free to taste and adjust with any lacking ingredient. I also want to use this opportunity to appreciate my returning subscribers. Thank you for always stopping by. Thank you for your share, your like, your contribution has brought me this far and I appreciate it. And here I introduce a bit of salt. Everything was okay. I will stir together to combine, allow this to simmer for just 2 minutes. I will put off the heat. This is a traditional soup. We'll put off the heat or bring down the pot and allow it to cool for up to 10 minutes before you introduce the leaf. And here the light is off. I just cover halfway through to allow the heat to escape, and I will stir as you can see, to evaporate the remaining heat before I introduce the okazi leaf. And here comes the okazi leaf, properly pounded. I will introduce it into the pot and I will stir properly to combine. Let me know in the comment section what swallow you think will pair very well with the soup. You have to combine everything together so the okazi would dissolve into the soup. If you're still watching up until this time and you haven't subscribed to the channel, I think this is the best time for you to hit that subscribe button and turn on all your bell notification so you'll be notified each time I post a new video. Thank you. After stirring properly to combine, you get something like this. As you can see, the soup had thickened up again because of the okazi leaf, and the soup is ready to serve. Thank you for watching. Will you be trying the soup? Let me know in the comment section. And until I meet you in my next video, do have a pleasant day. Bye-bye.